In the NASCAR community, we are lucky to have a guy like Artie Kempner. Not only is Artie a 12-time Sports Emmy winner who has been directing NASCAR on Fox for 20 years, but Artie is an active philanthropist. Artie founded Autism Delaware back in 1998 at his kitchen table after his son Ethan was diagnosed with autism. Artie and his team developed programs and services to help families in need. Since 2019, Kaulig Racing and Kaulig Giving have been proud to help Artie and Autism Delaware's efforts by having Justin Haley drive an Autism Awareness Month themed leaf filter car, as well as providing an ongoing contribution to the organization. To celebrate Autism Awareness Month, it is my honor to bring awareness to Artie's incredible work and share our efforts to support children and families dealing with autism with the NASCAR community. Tell us how Autism Delaware got started.
Well, in 1997, Ethan was diagnosed with autism, and his mom and I realized that we were going to need to build a grassroots effort, and there was about 7 or 8 parents. We got together.
Okay.
And had a meeting and decided we were going to become an advocacy group. And at first it was basically, getting together and supporting each other. We started going down to Dover, our state capital, and making some connections in the legislature. And we kind of learned how to advocate. We went to conferences and we talked to a lot of people around the country. And that really started the plan moving forward. But we also knew that our children were going to be adults a lot longer than they were going to be children.
Yeah.
And adult services became one of our core missions for Autism Delaware. And starting the POWER program, which is the acronym for Productive Opportunities for Work and Recreation, was the plan that was going to see our children develop into adults and have fulfilling opportunities in life. What we want to do is create as much independence as possible for that individual and get them to a place that they're doing a job that they want to do, that they're enthusiastic about doing. Ethan has been trained as a dishwasher and as a restaurant employee, and he does a lot of the janitorial work, but he also got trained at a local golf club, and he does their data entry for their chief financial officer and controller.
Great.
So he's learned a couple of different tasks. So his week is really interesting, and we've created that for over 150 of our clients at Autism Delaware. So it's pretty remarkable how we've evolved, but it's really all about that specific individual.
When you say there's programs like POWER, who's running those programs, or is it all volunteer? Tell me a little bit about how it's organized.
Well, 25 years ago, we were all volunteer. Then we hired an employee who was executive director / everything. And then POWER was started in 2007, and that's when we became what I like to say is an adult service agency.
Okay.
All right, we have over 100 paid employees now because most of our clients have job coaches, and they're going to need some care as well. So that is the big thing that Autism Delaware provides. Now, we work with the state, and there are some funding that comes through different state opportunities, but Autism Delaware oversees this program. And we work with the families and we work with the individuals to create the best program for them.
Artie, that's amazing.
We got a lot of great people, and that's where we really have been. As you know, from your race team and from your business team, it's all about team. And when you have great team players and they know what they're doing and they work hard and they think and prep, you're going to have success. And we've had an amazing team.
And it has to be gratifying for you since its inception to see where it is today. Even when I ask you, hey, you said there's 100 employees that are paid, to do this, as opposed to even when you started, it was just all volunteer. I mean, it's incredible.
The most incredible thing about this, Matt, is that my son, who's 26 years old, who if you would have, seen him when he was 5 or 6, he's living a somewhat independent life.
Yeah.
He has 2 roommates that he lives with, and I would have never thought that would have been possible.
Yeah.
He's working 4 days a week. I mean, these are things that people with autism didn't do 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we've got not just Ethan, but 50 to 80 to 120 other people working like that.
Do you look to expand nationally, more nationally?
I would love to visit and have our staff and team visit with people across the country and help create a community like we've created here.
So why did you decide to involve the NASCAR community in Autism Delaware?
I realized through some of the work I had done before NASCAR that if you get the word out on television somehow, it really is impactful. So I was part of the group that helped David Hill, our chairman, start Fox Sports Supports in 2005. And because they knew the work that we were doing here in Delaware, they allowed us to have Autism Speaks as our first beneficiary. We weren't big enough to be a beneficiary of the national program we were doing. So that really cemented kind of the autism community and the NASCAR community together. And we really worked hard on the relationship, but the NASCAR community came out. The drivers did so much for us, but the fans were great. And Autism Speaks, all of a sudden, the relationship that they had outside the autism community had grown. The whole autism community was growing, and that awareness has really helped everybody across the country. And NASCAR was the key to that growth. I really believe that.
So what changes have you seen in children and families since you guys started Autism Delaware?
Oh, it's been remarkable. The past 25 years have really been amazing for the autism community, though there's a lot of work to do. You know, we research what's going on in other states, so we've been able to figure out ways to provide better opportunities for our population so that families can really live more productive lives.
So what are some ways that people in the community can help Autism Delaware throughout the year?
We have a lot of ways you can get involved with Autism Delaware. You know, be a volunteer on some of our events. Give money, that's always a great way.
Yep.
But more importantly, when they say get involved, if you're an employer, if you have a business, small or large, we have a great group of people that can work for you. They're great employees. They show up every day. They don't chat around the water cooler very much. They're very focused in what they do. So when you hire somebody from our power group at Autism Delaware, you're going to get a well-trained employee who's going to be very diligent on what they do, and they're going to make sure they complete their tasks every day.
So everyone at Kaulig Giving and Kaulig Racing really appreciate your efforts and the efforts of Autism Delaware, and it's just amazing what you guys have done. And so I couldn't be more proud to present a check to Autism Delaware in the amount of $10,000 just to help in your efforts. So thank you for all you do.
Matt, thank you. This is really amazing. What you've done and what you've built in a very short time, and how you've given back to the community while you're building this race team and doing all the other things that you're doing as a businessman is phenomenal. And we feel so blessed to have you as part of the Autism Delaware family and the Drive for Autism family. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.